Hi, it's Dale Beaumont here. I'm here with Simon and Kathy Ewers from Inc Wealth, and in this video we're going to talk about why you don't want to walk into a bank when it comes to getting a loan. Keep watching. So Kathy, why don't we want to walk into a bank when it comes to getting a loan?
Look, I think the predominant reason is the whole banking landscape has changed to where it used to be when our parents had a loan, or maybe when we first got our home loan. So in the old days, you used to walk cap in hand into a bank and plea for a loan, and you had to get to know that bank manager, and then, you know, over the next decade or so, you would go in and ask him for a top up or a new loan, and he knew who you were. Well, that kind of landscape has completely tipped itself on its head, because most bank managers now have an area that they rotate between, so they don't even sit in one branch. And if they're any good at their job, they're generally only there for about 5 years and then they're promoted. So you actually don't get to know that bank manager, and that's where brokers have actually now taken that space, because the brokers are now there for you for the 10, 20 years and have all your financials and know who you are.
Okay. So, Simon, what are some other reasons as to why you don't want to go into a bank directly?
One of the biggest things is that the bank, even though you've dealt with them for a long period of time, for instance, for savings accounts, the policies that bank has at the particular time that you may be applying for a loan may not suit the circumstances for the loan you require. So you present yourself straight to the bank, and then your application, even though you've been there for years, may not get through. And it's due to the policy of the bank at the time and the circumstances that they require. For instance, Dale, it could be an investment loan where right at that particular time where you're applying for an investment loan, the actual bank has restricted lending in that space, and they prefer to loan to owner-occupied lending rather than investor lending. You present at that wrong time, then you could not get your loan through.
And the other thing, Kathy, is about choice, right? When it comes to, because you would actually deal with over 40 different banks or lending institutions when it comes to actually helping someone to actually get a loan. But banks, they're only going to just tell you what they have to offer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like going shopping in a supermarket, Dale, and you walk in, and that bank's only going to let you have that one aisle to choose from, whereby there's so much more product out there, and you know what's in that aisle might not suit what you need, but you're not actually going to know that, because all you're going to see is what that bank offers, and there's 40 different lenders out there, and so much different policy and interest rates and great products that are available. So yep.
And the other thing is everything is negotiable as well. And if it's hard to negotiate just with one bank, but if you've got multiple banks that you're dealing with at any one time, there is some flexibility there in terms to either the rates or with regards to some of the conditions around the loan.
Well, that's true. A lot of the time, if I'm dealing with getting pricing requests done for my client, we can often lodge in a pricing request, and we can quote what other banks are offering, and they will often match that or better it. So even just simple things like getting you the best rate, we leverage off what we know in the market, and that helps us get loans a lot cheaper than what sometimes the banks are offering.
All right, so Simon, anything else that we need to know before we wrap up?
Well, Dale, I just think the best thing for people to understand is you give up your consumer power by just walking straight into one institution. It's so powerful in today's vibrant market, where you can negotiate a much better price if you don't just walk straight into the bank.
All right, so if you want to know the full range of products that you have access to, then you should definitely talk to a good finance broker. And if you want to get in touch, then follow the next steps. Thanks for watching.
If you want to discuss your financial needs with someone you can trust, visit inkwealth.com.au and claim your obligation-free 15-minute phone consultation today.